A message from I to you today. Stay connected while I unveil women who touched my heart. Even you that is watching touched my heart too. My beloved child, do you see the struggles in the world today? The fears, the uncertainties, the battles that seem too great to overcome? I see them too. But I want to remind you, I have always raised women who defy the odds, women who trust me even when everything seems lost. Let me tell you about them. Esther, the woman who risked it all. There was a time when one of my daughters, Esther, found herself in a position of power, but with a difficult choice. She could stay silent and remain safe, or she could speak up for her people at the risk of death. She chose to trust me. Go before the king, she must have thought. What if he rejects me? What if I die? But she stepped forward in faith, saying, "If I perish, I perish." Esther 4:16. And what did I do? I turned the heart of the king in her favor. I made a way where there was no way. My child, do you feel like speaking up at work, in your family, or in your community could cost you everything? Remember Esther, I am the God who goes before you. I hold your destiny in my hands. Ruth, the woman who walked into the unknown. Then there was Ruth. She had lost everything, her husband, her home, her security. The world told her to return to where she came from, to start over alone. But she clung to her mother-in-law, Naomi, and walked a road of uncertainty. She had no idea what was ahead, but she had faith in me. And because of that, I led her to Boaz, I restored her, and from her came a lineage that brought my servant David, and later, me, your Savior. Are you feeling abandoned today? Do you wonder if starting over is even worth it? Like I did for Ruth, I will lead you. I will not leave you empty. I am writing your story, even in the pain. Deborah, the woman who led an army. My daughter Deborah. She did not sit back and wait for men to rise up. She heard my voice and moved. The world told her, this is not for women. But I, the Lord, had chosen her to lead. She stood before Israel's army and said, go. This is the day the Lord has given Sisera into your hands. Judges 4:14. And she led my people to victory. Are you doubting your ability because of what people say? Are you afraid to step into leadership, into purpose, because society tells you this is not your place? My child, when I call you, I equip you. No man can stop what I have set in motion for you. Mary, the woman who carried the Savior of the world. And then there was Mary, a young, ordinary girl. The world expected nothing from her, but I chose her for the greatest task, to bring my presence into the world. She could have said, Lord, this is too much for me. Instead, she said, I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled. Luke 1:38. Are you overwhelmed by what I have placed in your hands? Do you feel unworthy, incapable, too small? I say to you today, you are chosen, you are called. I will strengthen you for the journey. Mary Magdalene, the woman who was restored. And finally, my beloved Mary Magdalene. She was broken, cast aside, judged. The world saw her past, but I saw her heart. She wept at my feet, and I lifted her up. When the world thought her story was over, I made her the first witness of my resurrection. The first to proclaim, I have seen the Lord. John 20:18. Are you carrying shame? Do you feel like your past defines you? I tell you today, I see you, I restore you. Your past does not define you, your calling does. My child, listen to me. In a world that tries to silence women, that tells you what you cannot do, that burdens you with pain, rejection, and fear, I am calling you to rise. Like Esther, I will give you boldness. Like Ruth, I will lead you to new beginnings. Like Deborah, I will strengthen your voice. Like Mary, I will fulfill my promises in you. Like Mary Magdalene, I will restore your soul. I am with you. I see you. I have chosen you. Now go forth in faith. Your story is not over. It is just beginning.